which leads us on to the Royal and Sun Alliance Novices Chase. I suppose you could argue, I'll start with Kieran, that the Reynoldstown Chase was the best novice chase of the season so far, which was won by Alberta's Ronnie beat Air Force One, and Joe Lively was miles behind. Is there any way back for Joe Lively?
I'd have to agree with Couch. It would worry me. Joe Tizard going around Cheltenham, to be frank. I just couldn't have any confidence. I think the Tizard team had a wonderful spell going into Christmas, but they've slowly gone off the boil. They had a one winner today. But I just think he's a horse who peaked over Christmas. He's now on a downward spiral. I agree with you about the Reynoldstown. I know that in Paul Jones's book he's going to tell you that he'd rather Alberta's Run was beaten in this race because the Reynoldstown winners never actually go on and win it. But I thought he was giving Air Force One weight. I don't see any reason why Air Force One's shorter in the market. Neither stable, Charlie Mann or John Joe O'Neill, I think can be particularly trusted, but John Joe's not particularly in great form. Charlie Mann's don't run one good race followed by another. Really open. I think Alberta's Run. The one thing I think about this race, which I wonder if Gary will agree with, is that the market just hasn't caught up yet. They're betting 6 to 1 bar. Surely you're not going to be 6 to 1 bar on the day. There's going to be 12 runners. The ones at the front not going to be shorter.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Kieran, but I think you're being very unfair on Joe Tizard because get round Cheltenham. I think he gets round Cheltenham every Saturday night round all the pubs round there with no problem whatsoever. And Packman, he told me, he said when you're on a Joe horse, he said the night before, he said it's just unbelievable, but you wouldn't have a penny on it. But he seems to get round on horses, you know, but he has done the pub crawl in Cheltenham plenty of times, and I can assure you, I think, I don't know about jumping the fences, but he'll do the pub crawl on the night before.
But yeah, that'd be the key point I make.
6 to 1's too big.
Yeah, I think if you fancy one of those at the head of the market, the key thing I'd say is to back it over the next couple of days. I can't see how come the day Alberta's Run 7 to 2, Fab Air Force 1 4 to 1. What you are going to get the 4 or 5 at the top. There's just no strength in depth to it. If there was a lot of rain, I see Attheraces, Gary Moore's horse, is 50 to 1 in places. If there's rain, I take on board Andrew's point. I don't think he's a mile off. But similar with the Arca horses, I mean, with Matt Williams yesterday, made the point. I mean, you've got Courto Star and Denman to look forward to. If this is the next generation, then we want to enjoy Courto and Denman while they're here, because this is a pretty poor bunch again.
What's the view, Matt, on Denman's full brother, Silverburn?
I don't like Silverburn. No, I think he's quirky. I'm not absolutely sure he's a stare, and he's not fast enough for the 2 mile. I thought he might go for the juice and Silverburn. I'm hoping he might not even run. Right, let's have a look at this. Alberta's Run, I think, will fall. Simple as. I don't think it will have Ruby Walsh. That Reynoldstown, that was absolute the difference between having 2 jockeys. Air Force One should have won the Reynoldstown. The problem with the trainers is they don't understand punters. They don't understand that every race for us is the only race that matters. I've spoken to Charlie Mann, and he said, he told him not to get too stuck into it, it's just a prep. That's no good for us on the day. If McCoy had been on Air Force One at Ascot, I'm absolutely sure it would have won the Reynoldstown. He's as close a looking horse as you've got to Mr. Mulligan. I think he'll stay at the longer trip at Cheltenham will suit this horse. The Shillelagh will be produced at Cheltenham with a bit of luck. I think he's a cracking bet at 6 to 1. He's one of my bankers, and he's if you can have a banker around 6 to 1, you're laughing. Alberta's will fall. Silverburn's not good enough. Pontiapi won't run. Starzan's no good. Oscar Park will fall over with Seamus, who's been running Mickey Rouse races, and Joe Lively's knackered. So it's easy. Air Force One.
Air Force One for Matt. What's the Winstanley view?
Again, I think this is the worst Sun Alliance I've seen for a long, long time, honestly. Matt just said that Ruby Walsh give Alberta's Run a great ride, and he still don't think he's the greatest jockey he's ever seen. I don't know who thinks he's any better.
Come on, AP, in a finish, every time, Couch. AP against Ruby Walsh in a finish, who do you want?
Okay, let's have a straw poll.
I think it's a good one.
Hold on. Let's have a poll here. AP over McCoy. Who's for AP? Fucking hell, I'm in trouble here.
You started, you've got a camera.
Who's for Ruby?
Who's for Joe Tizard?
Fucking cameraman must fancy him, he's put his hand up. In all seriousness, Charlie Mann trains Air Force One. He's never had a Cheltenham winner. I don't think he can make I don't think he could train Cheryl Crow to look sexy with a pair of stockings and suspenders, to be honest with you. Silverbird's likely to run in the Juicing, and I think he'd have a huge chance if he does run in the Juicing, because Big Backs is going to run with top weight. And I think Nichols has been very crafty and cunning here.
Maybe Gary Moore's for your great fan Verasi might come into it.
Again, I'll back anything at a big price. I think this race is impossible. Matt's right. I think the Reynoldstown, any of the front three, when Ruby give Alberta's Run one of the all-time great rides. Silverburn won't get the trip. He never got it in the Fell or McKempton. He's a fullback who just doesn't get the trip. I know Andrew's keen on another one. I'll leave him to finish off. I'm not having a bet in the race. I'll be back tomorrow having a booze somewhere.
What are you keen on, Andrew?
Willie Mullins said that he didn't think Pontiac was ready for a race of this nature after she won at Navan in February, comfortably winning a Grade 2 race there, making it 4 from 4 for her new trainer since leaving France. I've noticed in the last couple of days she's shortened up from 14 to 1 into 8 to 1 on Betfair. I think he's had a look at the race again. I think he reckons she can win it. She's only a 5-year-old, but if it cuts up to 10 or so runners, I think she's got to take a chance. I think she's the potential superstar in this lineup, and she can win this from Air Force One, who looks the best of the British.